Hello, Kira. How are you doing? I'm just trying to pin the theme. I put a special new background. Okay. So let me see if this works. Welcome to this live, beautiful ones. Type in your questions below. How are you doing? How are you going? A little cold, trying to knock me down, but otherwise great. Yeah, it's normal. Hi, everyone. Hi. I'm doing great, thank you. I'm just back from a few days in Ubud. It was very intense. So I've been feeling the energies pretty intensely, holding onto my crystal. And yeah, it was a very interesting time. Very interesting few days, lots of releasing. I don't know if you can all relate. Hi, welcome to this live, the Aida. Hi, Stefan. Hi, Sally. So how are you all doing? Let me know, how are things on your side in regards to those very powerful energies at the moment? I'm curious to know. Lots of releasing, this is what I hear. I mean, my own experience has been a lot about releasing old shit from the past, behaviors, ideas, memories, traumas. Yes, especially in regards to intimate relationships or defense mechanisms or all of these things. So if you can relate, just like send me a little heart in the comments. Hi Adia, welcome to this live. Hi Nat, welcome to this live. So Kira, you're saying, oh yes, I felt that too. It's really about releasing now that you say it. A lot of work related for me. Yeah, I think it's been probably the heaviest, but in a good way, the heaviest time I've had in a very long time of releasing. Yes. Sally, you're saying lots of releasing past relationships. Yes. Yeah, definitely. So it's been about releasing. It's been about also creating the space to be able to welcome the new. And how this works is that by creating the space and by hi Krizu, hi Kais, welcome to this live. So by creating the space really and enabling things to pop up to the surface and looking at things from a very loving perspective instead of judging ourselves for it, it enables all of the traumas, the memories, the behaviors, everything else to just transmute into light and into love. By giving it love, it transforms into love. And then we can move on and welcome a different experience. It's really about that. It's really, because now the energies are about, we think something and it straight away is created into our physical experience, right? I don't know if you felt this, but this is the reality. Our thoughts become things more than ever before without the delay in the manifestation time. And I think I touched base on that last time that we were live together. But it's really about that. It's really this, oh my God, okay, I can create anything. So what do I choose to focus on? Where do I choose to put my thoughts? You know, is it towards resentment from the past? And I had to release quite a lot of things in regards to my vision of people, or my vision of my past experiences and past hurts and past traumas, and how I was kind of blaming other people. And it's something that I kind of do. It's something of mine, blaming circumstances or the other people, when in actual fact it's just a matter of having an effective perspective, and being able to be present and give love to the situation and to the other people, realizing that everyone is doing their best at any point in time, based on what they know, based on what their situation is, their past experiences, and who they are. And that's all right. It's just all right. It's just about sending love to everything that is going on. So, Kira, you're saying lots of tears too, but that's what's showing me that I'm really releasing things. Definitely, it's Cancer season, my friends. Yes, it is. So, puffy eyes is in fashion during Cancer season. Lots of crying, lots of releasing, lots of emotions building up, and my advice is to always release and let everything leave your body. And if you are not in a safe space to release, just find a quiet space where you can be alone and just tune in. Give yourself the love that you need and try to release. If you can't release physically, just like try to journal about it, or try to spend some time whenever you are alone and you have the right conditions, because anything that you suppress, that you push down, is going to come back up tenfold if you don't deal with it. That's what is happening for us. So Sally, you're saying, hi Carrie, welcome to this live. Sally, you're saying absolutely self-love must be strong and love for the other two. Yes, definitely. Alex, so true. Yeah, thank you for being my biggest teacher these past few days. And Kira, that's a beautiful reminder, Karen. Thank you. You're welcome. Hi, Phil. Welcome to this live. So if you do have any questions, as usual, send them in the comment box below. I really want to be able to talk about what resonates with you and what you're going through as well. How do you feel about those energies? Has anything specific been popping up for you this past week? Yeah, just share it with the group, because oftentimes we forget, but by asking the question, you'll see that many people will relate on the live, and it's useful for everyone because it feeds the dialogue, the conversation, and then we can just like dive deeper into those topics, and I can just like bring you what the guides are giving me. Okay, they're telling me something, it's just popping up, that it's a lot about relationships as well for many people, or releasing past relationships and behaviors and everything, because it enables you to bring someone that is in alignment into your life experience. And even if you are already with someone, it may be to heal the relationship if this relationship has a bit of, challenges that you need to deal with. Maybe it's to enable you to do that, to create the space. Because if we function from a place of being stuck in the past, like, yeah, I'm doing that because I've always been used to do this, because that's how I've been brought up to function by my parents, or that's what I've experienced in the past, then you do not give space for yourself and for others to actually create a different experience, if that makes sense. So it's about being the observer, sending yourself a lot of love, a lot of, acceptance, lots of self-love, as Sally, you said. It's really about that, and being present and see what comes up. And I've noticed that in the past few days, it's that there is always one thought that comes first, or one feeling that comes first, but it's not the actual really deep underlying root cause of what is going on. So just by verbalizing this first thought that pops up, or this feeling, or this discomfort, or this trigger, and trying to find the root cause, then it enables us to really dig deeper and find what the real source of what we're experiencing, the discomfort or the pain or whatever comes up that we're experiencing in the present, actually comes from. Like the real trauma, pain, experience that needs to be released. But the ego is very smart, and that's something that if you do a shadow work session with me, or if you've done a shadow work session with me in the past, you will know that it's that we learn how to talk to our higher self, to our heart, to communicate with our soul by going through the back door, because the ego is guarding the front door of the castle, if I was to use an image. So how we do that, how we manage to really tap into the essence and what's present, is that we're going to take the back door. We're going to go around and say, okay, we're going to use a different route. And during those shadow work sessions, what is beautiful is that most of my clients think that they come for something, but in actual fact, it's something much more deep. And the ego then can have the space, the ego or the pain body, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, that is actually protecting us from suffering. This is the number one mission. The ego wants to protect us from suffering. And in order to do that, it actually separates us from everything else, so that we are not in contact with any potential situation that might hurt us. And the ego has really interesting strategies. Welcome to this live, beautiful people. So the ego has really powerful strategies in order for us not to find the root cause, because finding the root cause means we release that trauma. And then it means that by releasing that trauma, we are actually more able to get closer to people, because we are closer to ourselves, and we are leaving our comfort zone. We are leaving all the habits, all the defense mechanism that we put in place in order to explore something new, something that we don't know. And then in that situation, we might take risk, and we might suffer. So the ego doesn't want that. Anyway, I hope I'm making sense. Let me know. Welcome, Your Golden Life. Welcome, On My Way to the Tate. Welcome, Alexander Orange. Welcome to this live. Type your questions below. Let me know. What is your experience with your own ego? How do you know when your ego is talking, or when it is your heart, your soul, your higher self talking? Do you know how to feel the difference? Physically, for example, in your body, when it's your ego, where does it sound? Where does it resonate? Welcome, Pia. Welcome to this live. So, when it's the ego, it's in your mind. When it's the ego, it's that voice in your head. And it's not the voice of your spirit guides that you know somehow. Sometimes when you have those information. When I get information, it's just like, oh, boom, straight. And my heart is open, and I know it's my guides. But when it's the ego, it's more like in the background, and it's like a mental chatter. It takes a lot of space, and we're not in the body anymore. We're just in the mind. That's what the guys are showing me. So that we're really in this part of our body, and that's it. When it is our heart, our higher self, our soul, we feel a deep expansion in our chest. We are connected with our heart chakra. We feel generally an expansion in our energetic body as well. So you will feel like you can take all the space you need. It's like you feel in the middle of a field. You're alone. You have beautiful sunflowers everywhere, or flowers and bees and nature. And this is how the heart feels. And then you have the ego, and how the ego feels is like you're stuck in an elevator that only 4 people can fit in, and you're 5 in there, and that's how it feels. It feels really oppressing. Pia, Kia ora. Lots of love your way, Pia. Kira, you're saying, when it's my ego, I often feel heavy, or I'm worried, I guess. Yes, it feeds on that. The ego feeds on the worry. It feeds on all the lower vibrational emotions. And notice that I didn't say negative emotions or positive emotions. I'm just talking about these emotions in terms of vibration. So lower vibrational emotions are guilt and shame. Those are the lowest ones. So the ego is feeding on that. Definitely. It keeps the cycle. And there's something that my coach always talks about, and it's so true. It talks about effective perspective. You always have the choice to create or to choose like either an ineffective perspective or an effective perspective. Either way, what you choose to focus on will expand, because nothing is an absolute truth and nothing is an absolute wrong, misconception, I would say. So, for example, if I say something very, I'm stupid, or let me rephrase that. If I make a statement about myself, like I'm not intelligent enough, for example, I will always find evidence that shows me that I am not intelligent enough. But then if I say that I'm smart, I will also always find evidence that show me that I am smart. And I recommend that you do this exercise if you struggle with self-love and if you struggle with self-confidence. Take a piece of paper and write down all the beliefs you have about yourself, the limiting ones being on the left, and then the more, I would say, expensive ones on the right. And then see how is it true for each of them. Find the opposite of each of them. If you write something negative, write the opposite in the positive, and then just try to sit with it and find evidence for both cases. You will see that every single time you write something down, you have the evidence that it's true and you have the evidence that the opposite is true. And this gives you a sense of perspective. So then you can choose to see things from an effective perspective or an ineffective perspective, in all knowing that you have all the elements to make your judgment. Welcome, Miss Viajes. Welcome, Life Unfiltered Coaching. So, traveling Estonian, I've done a lot of shadow work recently and I'm feeling really calm, but I met my twin flame recently and his energy wants to take over a lot recently and that throws me off balance. Yes, I love these questions. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much for sharing that. I think it's beautiful. With twin flames, what is very challenging is that a twin flame is basically the same soul divided into two physical bodies. So when you incarnate, if you are meeting again with your twin flame, there is a big sense of, there is a power dynamic that plays. There is a lot of work, so a lot of things are being stirred to the surface, and there is also kind of a competition sense because you are coming from the same soul, but you have two different human experiences. And the fact that you have two human experiences, if you live your truth, you tend to, and that's what the guys are showing me now, because I've never met my twin flame. And part of me says, and that's probably my ego that says, I'm glad I didn't, because it's a lot of work to really unearth all of the suffering, all of the pain, and it requires so much work. So it's about keeping your balance, but knowing that the other is allowed to have their own experience, and that even if you are twin flames, you are not necessarily meant to be having the exact same experience at the exact same time. You might feel that you mirror each other so much, and you might feel like, you know, the depth of the experience is like what you've never had before. But you are definitely meant to be having this experience. There is no doubt. And I was having this conversation with Alex earlier, like everything that you're meant to experience, you're experiencing. Otherwise, you wouldn't. Your soul is ready and your soul asked for that. So it's about how do you keep your center? How do you keep your heart open within this beautiful experience that you're having at the moment, that is also challenging because it's pushing you to the edge to just surrender. It's pushing you to that very edge to just like say, okay, I'm taking a leap, and I decide that everything that I've known since today, I can question, and things can change and things can shift. There's also, and I was joking earlier about that as well, if you've watched Eat, Pray, Love, and please don't judge me on those references, but if you've watched Eat, Pray, Love, you will remember probably that there is a moment where Liz so the main character goes to her healer in Ubud, and she's like, things are like, it's not okay. I met this guy and suddenly I stopped meditating, and I'm out of my routine, and I've just like, I don't understand, this cannot continue, this is not possible, I cannot be in love with this person, because then I just like, I lose balance in myself, I lose myself, and I can't handle that. I've worked so hard to know myself, I've worked so hard to release all my suffering, all my pain and everything. I've worked so hard to really design a life that was in alignment with who I am, and this is not possible. And basically she's freaking out. And what Ketut says back to her, and I think it's such a beautiful quote, is, Liz, sometimes you need to lose balance in love so you can find balance in life. And I invite you to meditate on this sentence, because it's such a beautiful quote. It's such a beautiful saying. And it's true. Of course, when we work so much on ourselves, and when we are in the personal growth field, and when we are, open to spirituality, doing the work, and then we're alone on our own, we're happy on our own, finally. We're aligned, we meditate every morning, we have our journaling routine, and we have the same breakfast, we know which smoothie we want, and we know which restaurants we're going to, or which walk in nature we're going to do. And then someone comes into our life, and it's beautiful, and it rocks our world. And it's how we allow ourselves to really dive in that experience without any judgment, just by observing, by loving ourselves, by accepting ourselves and accepting the other person as well, and just being open to experiencing something new. Losing that balance to then find a new balance in life, which integrates not only ourselves but also others, because that is the real challenge, right? It's very easy to be extremely spiritual and in our growth and in alignment when we are alone, but the trick is human interactions, especially in intimate relationships. So I don't know if you mentioned intimate relationship with this person, this is what I felt. Because sometimes you just meet your twin flame and it's just a friendship, and there's nothing more there. But sometimes it's more than a friendship. It's just this pull to experience a love relationship with your twin flame. So reflect on that, keep your heart open, and see that everything that you're experiencing with that person is because your soul asked for it and you're ready for it, and it is beautiful. It is offsetting, but the key here is to keep an open space for communication, open communication about what you're feeling, what's going on at every second. If you're triggered by something, just verbalize it, And there's one thing as well that we were talking about earlier on these past few days, and it's something that Brene Brown says. It is the story that I tell myself is, and then you can express what you have to say. But it really deactivates the sense of blame within the relationship with the other person, whereas it's a friendship, a family member, or a love partner or a colleague. The story that I tell myself is, and then you share. And this really helps. So I hope this helped. I'm very passionate about this topic. Welcome everyone to this live. Welcome Choitali, welcome Pia, welcome Just One Man Mark, welcome Hassan, welcome Lisa, welcome Instant Present, welcome Raf. Yes. So type your questions below. I don't even know what time is it, you know me. If you want a card pulled, I want to do cards now. So if you want a card, just yes. Let me know. Thank you so much. It really spoke to my soul. You're more than welcome. I really appreciate you, and I know that you're fully equipped to definitely go through that. Fully equipped. And it's going to be beautiful anyway. Can someone let me know what time it is, please? Okay, Pia. I saw you. Okay, 2 cards for you, Pia. The first one is the base chakra. Perfect. 30 minutes left. Thank you, Alex. There is something, and you know, when we pick the base chakra, we're like, yeah, it's about grounding, it's about rooting. For you, it's about something else. For you, it's about releasing the trauma or everything that stops you from feeling safe. There is a lack of sense of safety that is going on in your mind, in your body, that creates maybe this floaty feeling, but it all comes from a lack of feeling safe. So ask yourself the question, in which areas of my life do I not feel safe? In which areas of my life am I unsure and I have difficulty trusting the universe and the universal flow of things? It is really about this sense of safety. I recommend that you dig deep into that, because it's like very old things, and we are in eclipse seasons, and we just had like this solar eclipse and new moon in Cancer. It's only been a few days, realistically. It's very heavy. So take the time to reflect on that, and you know, the more you'll go into the depth of what your being has to tell you. That's what I was saying earlier. We think that it's one thing, but then we dig deeper and deeper and deeper, and we get to the root thing. And you know, you know that you're doing hypnotherapy, so you know what it is. You know that the ego is very powerful to take you some places, and it's, you know, it's by being patient and loving that you can take the back door and really access the right information. So do that work. And the second card is the life purpose card. I'm sorry, with this filter it's very difficult for me to, but I really love that filter. So you're questioning your life purpose, or maybe you're doubting the road that you're on, or maybe you have those questions about, you know, am I meant to be doing this? Why am I not there yet? What is going on with me? I thought this was very clear, but in actual fact it's not. I'm confused. What am I meant to be doing in this lifetime? I know I have a sense of, you know, my deeper purpose, but how do I express that? Or have the choices that I've made, are the choices that I've made the right ones? And the only thing that the guides are telling me to tell you, and I know it might be frustrating, is to trust and to really let go of any expectations you might have towards yourself, towards others, towards any situation, expectations and judgment, because this is weighing you down. And this is creating a friction within your being between your physical experience and your projections, your vision. So as soon as you drop the projections and the visions, and you just know that at this point in time, in this present experience, this is what I'm supposed to be living. And tomorrow will be, you know, I will be guided, and the day after tomorrow I will be guided if I just go with the flow of the universe. And this is all about feminine energy, but integrated, powerful feminine energy. It's all about, okay, this is what is coming through me right now, and then you really sit with it and you take action from an aligned position, an aligned perspective based on, you know, the divine information that you received from the universe, because you were open as your divine feminine, fully integrated, open channel, and then you're able to really apply that and transform this information into a very aligned action that will require no effort. It will just be very easy. It will be in flow, if you know what I mean. So try doing that, Pia, and let me know how this goes. I'm sending you lots of love. Okay. Next. Kira. So we have Kira, Alex, Pia Kawi. I will pull a card for your soul partner. Yes. Hi Fabio, welcome to this live. Bom dia. From Brazil or Portugal? Okay. So Kira, this is a card for you. And yeah, don't hesitate to comment if the cards of others resonate with you. Because oftentimes, you know, we're here, and I always say that, you know, I'm a bit cheeky. I'm like, yeah, you're waiting for your card and you think that your card is your answer. But if you're here on this live and if you see readings for others, I can assure you that the information you're going to get is, like others are going to get, is going to resonate with you. Kira, beautiful. You have the Explore card. I'm very excited for you. It's a beautiful card. It's all about getting outside of your comfort zone. For you specifically, it's being open to all these new things. And I know a lot of energy is coming into your life at the moment, like lots of new exciting things and projects and dreams. And it's about allowing yourself within those dreams and visions and everything, allowing yourself to really take a new road. And the guides are showing me this in relation to what I mentioned before about, we have our habits, we know in which restaurants we're going, we know what we're having for breakfast, we know what we like, we know which type of yoga we prefer. We know, for you it's about, okay, I know I like that, but I'm going to try something different because I want to expand my horizons and I want to be pleasantly surprised by the amazing and beautiful experiences life has to offer me. Unexpected. So this card will enable you to have those beautiful unexpected experiences and to really take you to places you've never been before. This will light up your soul and bring more of that new energy in, more and more and more, if you know what I mean. So allow yourself to be in that energy like a child. You know, it's really coming back to childlike, playful energy. Okay, I know I like this, but today I want to do this. And you can maybe open, it's like opening a map and say, okay, I'm going to go to this country next. And you might feel like, okay, I'm going to book a flight and I'm go there. It doesn't need to be like booking a flight to go somewhere else, but maybe it's like, okay, this is the list of all the restaurants in my town. I've never been to this one. I'm going to try it out. Or this is like a park that I've never been to. I'm going to explore this park instead of going to all my regular things. I hope it makes sense, but it's beautiful. Lots of playful, expansive energy. And yeah, I'm excited for you. I'm sending you so much love, Kira. Okay. Yes. So you're saying, Pia Kao, yeah, I totally related to the other Pia's beautiful cards. Yes, that's the spirit. It's definitely like that it's working. You ask for your card, you listen to what, you know, what others, I mean, I resonate, you know, I just like both cards. The three cards, I also resonate with them, specifically the one about exploration, and that's what I've been doing, going also to places that I don't necessarily know, or losing myself on the way back from Ubud because not taking the usual road, and that's beautiful. So Alex, this is a card for you. So the card that popped up is Clean and Clear. It's a beautiful card about, I have a mosquito there. Oh my God. I never kill animals except for mosquitoes. So it's really, I mean, the process that has been going on all week and the eclipse season and everything is just like, the guys are showing me everything is bubbling up to the surface and then it's released. And it's like you start with a very fizzy, sparkling glass of water, Perrier, for example, to name a brand, because it's extremely sparkling. And you wait, like things are just popping up and it's just like doing the work on itself. And at the end of the day, or maybe the next day, you go and try to drink this, you know, originally sparkling water, and it tastes like still water. There's no gas anymore, because everything that had to be released has been released just by being patient, being present, being loving. And it's about that. Things are just, the guides are telling me that things are happening by themselves. There's no efforts to be made. There's no, and this is valid for all of you on this life. If anything, if you're going through anything at the moment, if you're experiencing, you know, all these things from your past popping up, or these triggers or anything, you don't need to actively do anything apart from holding the space for you or your partner or your friend or whoever's going through that. Holding the space, sending love, being present, and just do the digging part that we mentioned before, like taking the back door and actually finding the root cause. And that's it. And then it's released and it's cleared. But the thing is, once you start releasing something, we go through these growth spurts, right? And it's really about, okay, there's one thing popping up, and then there's one other thing, and it looks like a chain that, you know, all the things are popping up to the surface. And it's a period of time, because the energies are very favorable and supportive of this type of work at the moment. But then you will see that, you'll feel better, things will come down, things will settle. At the moment, things are popping up to be healed, to be cleared, removed from your physical body and from your memories, so that you can have a new experience and have enough space to welcome this new experience. It's beautiful. And, you know, the most important thing is to be able to hold the space for yourself, and to have someone that is able to hold the space for you. And this goes with anything. So if and for this is like, the guides are really showing me for everyone else on this live that feel like things are popping up to the surface, but you don't have anyone to hold the space for you. Really reach out to a coach, really reach out to a therapist or to a healer to be able to hold that space for you. It's very important not to do things on your own, even though we are very powerful individuals. But it is nice when we go through deep stuff to feel that the space is also held by a third party that is not going to judge, that is not going to blame, because sometimes we can blame ourselves in the process, and we can judge ourselves going into that process of releasing. So think about that, and think about a trusted practitioner that you can go to if you need to do some release work. I'm sending you all my love, Alex. Let me know if this resonated with you. So the exploring card spoke to me. I've really been feeling this a lot lately. Yes, I'm glad that you're saying that. Hi, Anne-Claire. Hi, Kira. That sounds really exciting, and I'll try to do it even more and try new things without fear or judgment. Thank you so much. It resonated a lot. My pleasure. I'm sending you all my love, Alex. Yes, it did. Thank you. My pleasure. So the next card is for Pia Kahui, if I pronounce it properly. If I don't, apologies with my weird French accent, or South African. I'm not from South Africa, but I've been told that I have a South African accent. So, a card for you and your soul partner. I'm going to just let the guides decide. I usually don't ask for specific things. Or maybe I do. I'm just going to let the guides say what they have to say. Some guidance in finding him. Your card just popped out. Let me sit with it for a second. So a few things are popping up. Your card, Pia, is the Mirrors card. It is both about how you see yourself. Are you able to look at yourself, like literally physically in a mirror, and send love to yourself? Eye gaze with yourself. Really, are you deeply in love with yourself, or is it a struggle for you to be in your own presence? If you are, you know, if you're not struggling with self-love issues, and if you're really confident within yourself. It's about also realizing that any person that you meet is your mirror. Any person that you encounter in your life will be a mirror of something that exists within you. And to be ready to welcome a partner in your life, you need to make sure that you are able to hold the space for the triggers to come up without fueling that with resentment or negative energies or hate or anger, or not negative energies but lower vibrational energies. And once you meet this person, there might be a very unsettling mirror effect with that person, but if you've done the work and if you know that it's only a reflection of parts of you that need to be loved, if you really are able to sit within that space with that inner knowing, that love, that presence, then things will be beautiful. But it's very important for you to remember that everyone is your mirror, and that it's not about finding the perfect partner or, the idea of the perfect partner, but it's first about truly, deeply, unconditionally loving yourself so that you are able to hold that space for another. And it's freaking hard. It's an everyday job. It's an everyday job to be loving with ourselves, to be accepting, to be understanding, to also love our dark sides, our triggers. I'm a fire sign, and I always say that here on this live. I have, my first reaction to anything is anger. It's fire. And it is a freaking trigger for some people. Some people just withdraw. Some people are very, very triggered by anger. And I know that it's something that I need to work on, but do I hide it under the carpet and say, no, I'm not an angry person, it doesn't exist? Or when I have these bursts of emotions, instead of rushing into the anger, I'm just observing, I'm allowing the emotion to sit there. And instead of expressing that anger in a very physically attacking energy, I just I feel it, I sit with it, I send it love, and then I just release it. And it's not easy, it doesn't work every time, but it's a process, and it's how you can spend a lot of time giving love to yourself and to all the parts of yourself that need to be loved and acknowledged, so you can do that with a partner, if it makes sense. Don't worry about the how, about the when, about how to manifest that person. It will come in the perfect time. Just think about, and I'm being given something specific for you. This is something that I heard many times, and that I read again in one of my tarot cards recently, and it's all about when you want to welcome a love relationship into your life, think about what you have to give rather than what you want to receive or what you want to take. What do you have to give to another person? Make the list of all the beautiful things that you can give someone and focus on that, and see how different the energy is, because you come from a place of love, not from a place of scarcity, lack, need. You come from a place of abundance and overgiving. And welcome to this live. So I'm sending you so much love, and I really hope that this helped you. Okay, I'm just gonna read your comments. Kira, that sounds really exciting, and I'll try to do it even more and try new things without fear or judgment. Thank you so much, it resonates a lot. Yeah, oh no, I read that already. Oh yes, Alex's card and your explanation of it resonated so much with my current situation. It was so good to hear that, and I'm so happy I found my coach to hold that space for me and support me. Oh, thank you so much. I'm sending you so much love, Kira. I'm so happy that we are starting our work together. So if you do want a card, send me a little love heart in the comments box. If you have anything to share as well, any question, any comment, just send it in the comment box below. I'm here for you. I think we have like probably less than 10 minutes left together. So this is your chance if you would like a little card reading for the next week or so, or the current energies for you. I'm really happy that all this topic is resonating with you, because so many things have been popping up to the surface for me personally this week, and it's about how you can both at the same time hold the space for yourself, for another person or other people in your life, but also continue living in the process. This is so important, not to be stuck in just the healing, but also living life at the same time, and we really like connecting with both the part of ourselves that needs that time, that care, but also the other part that needs fun and joy and just being more external, focused on, you know, the present moment really. So Pia, you're saying, thank you, I'm totally connected into your energy right now. Thank you so much. I'm frantically sitting all your beautiful information down. So grateful for your knowledge. Love you. Thank you so much. I'm sending you so much love, Pia. Yes. 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 I'm picking a card for you. Perfect. Yes, I missed you. I'm here. So. Traveling Estonian, this is for you, my love. Hello, Gellard. So you do have 2 cards, beautiful. So the first one is the Higher Self card. You're already very tapped in. You're very in the spiritual work, and it's about how you bring down all that knowledge, because you have lucid dreams, you know, you do all this spiritual work. I see you're very active with the crown, with the third eye, with the heart chakra as well, and it's how you bring that back into your physical body so you can really integrate it more into your physical experience, because sometimes we tend to be working only from the higher chakras, right? And we just like forget that we have a physical experience. And we sometimes think, and I'm the first one guilty of saying that, oh, but people do not understand me. And I'm guilty of that, definitely. And it's not a superiority thing. It's like this feeling of being misunderstood by the whole world, or, you know, that I feel like no one can get me to the deepest level. And I found people that are able to do that, to understand me on such a deep level that it does exist. So for you, it's about how can I really integrate my higher self? How can I integrate all of that higher vibrational experience into my physical body so that I can also create my community in the physical? Your higher self is very powerful, and it is important that you give yourself some time to make everything come down. The guys are really showing me it's about bringing everything down into your body. I don't know if you have a physical practice to ground that energy. If you don't, I recommend you do. Probably they're showing me Qigong, and I heard Tai Chi as well. But yeah, really like playing with your body, and the energy can help a lot into grounding it. There's a lot going on in your heart chakra right now. Allow yourself to release that emotion, and allow yourself to release that guilt and that blame on a level. You know, you're doing the best you can with what you have at all times, so give yourself that credit and give yourself that love. truly. And the second card for you is rest and relax, and it's definitely pretty straightforward. In this deep time of, integration, of releasing, of transmutation, transformation, because we are raising our frequencies. We are, going to the next steps, and it always happens like that. We go through these very intense periods where we release so much, and then we integrate everything, and then we live life in a new way with a new outlook, a new perspective. And sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's very drastic. You've been going through a lot, and give yourself the time to go through that process and resting and relaxing and taking care of yourself. Lots of nurturing, feminine, motherly energy, like lots of warm food. I don't know if you know anything about Ayurvedic food, but I recommend you cook yourself some really warm dals, Indian curries, and everything with the right spices to comfort your body and to support your body in the process. So that's it, my love. I hope that this resonated. And if you need anything, I'm here for you. So let me continue and check. Hello. Yes, so Jackie, you'd love a card too. I'm going to pick a card for you, Jackie. I don't know if I have a lot of time left. I guess I have like probably less than 5 minutes if I intuitively connect. So, Jackie, there is something in your life that requires you to trust. This is the trust card. There is something that I think there's an opportunity coming up for you, or something that popped up and you're like, I thought that everything was settled, everything was just like good, but now I have this opportunity and it opens new doors, and what do I do? What do I do? How do I handle that? Like, where do I even go? There's like a big, like some worry popping up to the surface, I feel. Big worry popping up to the surface, or if it hasn't come up yet, it's gonna probably come. Worry about how am I going to handle all these things, because I feel it's gonna be a great opportunity for you, but it's about taking that leap of faith and trusting that it's really good for you, and you are enough. You can make that decision, you can take that leap, you can, take that step forward, because this is meant to be. And I was telling that earlier in this live a few times. We are not given any experience that we are not capable of handling. Everything that we're going through is because our soul decided that we had to go through that, because we are ready and willing and we are fully equipped. So take that leap of faith, leave that comfort zone, take that opportunity. It's going to be amazing for you. It's really going to be amazing for you. And everything is turning out for the best at all times. Everything is playing in your favor. And this is valid for everyone else on this live. Everything is always as it's supposed to be and turns out good in the end. Always. So if you have any doubts about that, just come back to your heart center, come back into one moment into your life where you had no trust, where you thought that, things would never eventuate, never happen, that it was difficult. And then suddenly something miraculous happened and you're like, oh my God, this was absolutely magical. Come back to that. Come back to that feeling of, I never thought it was possible, and then it actually was more than possible. It actually happened for real. And now I look back and I'm like, of course I had to trust. So Jackie, this is for you. I'm sending you so much love. Let me catch up. So, Traveling Estonia, you said spot on both of these cards. Thank you so much. I really needed this reality check and give myself time to process. So much love for you. Thank you. All my love to you as well. Beautiful. Jackie, thank you. I have been worrying. Spot on. Thank you, lovely. Sending you love. Choi Tally, thank you, Caroline. Today I was a silent listener, only enjoying the sessions very deeply. I'm sending you so much love, my beautiful friend. So, I am going to wrap up this live, and I'm gonna wrap up this live because I don't know what time it is, and I guess we're close to the end. I really want to thank you so much for joining as usual. Thank you so much for your questions, for participating, for creating this community, because this is really about the community. It's very dear to my heart to be able to serve you every week, and I enjoy this so much. This is what makes me really happy and feeling on purpose. So thank you. If you are interested to working with me one-on-one, just go to my website. The link is in my bio. I also offer coaching programs that are not listed on my website as just yet, but they are available. I have 3 months, 6 months, and a year of working towards, you know, making your dreams a reality, and me supporting you in doing so. So if you are interested in that, send me direct messages. If you don't know where to start, and if you're interested in working with me, I really recommend that you receive your channeling. For those of you who are online and who've actually ordered a channeling before, I know like so many testimonials. It's 100%, like 100% people are blown away by this. It creates a safe space, and you receive so much precious information from your guide through me in this audio file. I would recommend you start with that. If you want to do deeper work, then I have shadow work sessions as well. And I also have full moon virtual circles every month for women only this time. So if you are interested by that, just drop me a direct message and we can talk about what suits you, what could suit you better in terms of your needs. And I guess that's it. So I'm just going to read the last few messages. Kira, thank you for your time in holding this space for us, Caroline. The topics and the cards resonated so much and touched me deeply. So much love your way. So much love your way, Kira. Lots of love, Natasha. Lots of love, Choi Tally. Lots of love, Gaylord. Sending you all my love, and I wish you a beautiful, beautiful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.